Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Singapore Geospatial Festival 2021, an event that brings the international geospatial community together for co-located activities promoting the use of location-based and mapping innovation. This event is organized by GeoWorks, Singapore Land Authority Geospatial Industry Centre. Today, we have a short session with Mr. Abhishek Tandon, Deputy Director of Geospatial Development and IT at the National Parks Board. Abhishek will be sharing on how the National Parks Board has harnessed geospatial technology and analytics in the COVID era to support crowd management at our parks. If you have any question, please leave them in the Q&A chat box and we will answer them at the end of the webinar. Thank you, and without further ado, I will hand over to Abhishek. Abhishek, please.
Hi. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Abhishek Tandon from National Parks Board, Singapore. And today I will run through how we use geospatial technologies in this COVID era. Hope you can see my presentation. Noor, can you confirm?
Yes, can.
Thank you. So as you all know that Singapore is a city in nature, and here we manage over 7 million trees, 350 parks, 80 kilometers of nature ways, and many more. So altogether, it is a city in nature. We have moved from city in a garden to city in nature. So as you all aware that COVID struck us in 2019, and with that there was a circuit breaker, and then during the circuit breaker, the visitorship at our parks have increased multiple folds. There are some pictures which shows that how Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park, Macritchie, Jurong Lake Garden, or ECP are crowded. So with that increased visitorship, our staff has to carry out essential parks and tree management work, as well as the safe distancing work as well. So the work means the timeline includes tightening measures, phase 2, phase 3, and then phase 2 HA as well. So during this time, when the visitorship has increased multiple fold, we have faced multiple challenges. Number one, how to announce advisories to the people that there are 8 people allowed or 5 people allowed in a timely manner. How to update, how can we monitor the safe distance? Some of our parks were closed. For example, nature reserves. We have to timely inform to the public that the nature reserves or parks and gardens are closed. Our officers has to continue to do the greenery and park maintenance, and all top of that we have to maintain our COVID safe work environment for staff. So these were the major challenges, and I will run through how we handled it. So the response was safe distance ambassador and enforcement officers deployed onto the ground. We also employed temporary staff from hotels and airlines, and there is a group of volunteers from public agencies and member of public came together, and you can see how our people are working onto the park. Even the notices are put at night, so you can see one of our officers, it was I think 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. and they were putting all the advisories, and staff volunteered and how they can do the assistance to SDM matters. We also worked with our senior management. So we are really thankful that our senior management also came to the ground to look and understand the situation, and they were working together with us. So this was all the manpower working. The thing comes is how we leverage technologies like OpsTex deployment or geospatial technology. So we thought, how can we achieve it? Actually, we developed a safe distance at parks system in just 3.5 days, and I will explain further on this. And the portal was launched in just 3.5 days on 4th of April, which allows public to check the visitorship level and trends of the park. And you can see the website is accessible on the mobile app as well as it is accessible on the desktop system. So if you see, there's a high, moderate, low, and close. It's a very simple website. It looks very clearly, and it tells member of public that which parks are crowded in the real time. And if you see clearly, we use different shapes here, like a square, diamond, circle, and a circle with a cross, which is for closed. And this is for the color blind people who cannot really differentiate it. For them, they can differentiate with the shapes. And just to, if you see closely here, that the map shows Sentosa island, and I'm glad to update that not only NParks worked, we opened our platform to Sentosa as well, and the real-time updates were the data was updated to system. So in the back end, there's a huge technology we deployed onto it. On the front end, it looks like just the four simple icon, but in the back end, actually, we developed a mobile app for our NParks officers where they can manually update the visitorship. At the same time, we have connected all the CCTV cameras together, which the data goes to the image analytics engine, and there it extracted the people count and updates back into our NParks officers dashboard. So if you see on the right, there's a dashboard where people can really see the actual images. And we have worked onto the drone APIs. We have worked with the CCTV, edge analytics, and EPS car park management system to monitor like how many cars are coming. That has also helped to determine the crowd level. So for our mobile app, actually we worked in a manner like because we have put in new officers. So it should be really intuitive and easy. So they can just click onto the add point from the mobile app. They can take a picture for which area they are adding, and it's just a new hotspot created. So rather than showing the whole park crowded, we were showing the hotspots. For example, at Singapore Botanic Garden, the some areas are very popular, like Palm Valley or Orchid Garden. So the hotspot can be created by the user based on the location. And when this location has been created, we have taken care that the correct signs are used, means the exact name as it is shown on the directional signs. So new officers doesn't need to really think, oh, what is the name of that area? No. They can just go and look at the direction signs, upload the photo, so the next officer comes and he can see. And in this, all visible on NParks officers mobile app. Now you might be thinking, oh, why NParks officers mobile app? Actually, once they create a new location, they can also update themselves whether the crowd level is high, moderate, or low. And based on that, low, moderate, high, the system shows onto the front end. But this is manual update. How about when the park is closed? So what we have done is we allowed pre-configuration in the backend. So for example, Singapore Botanic Garden closes at 12 midnight and opens at 5 a.m. So at 12 midnight, the system will show automatically circle with a cross gray mark that this park is closed. Even like nature reserves closed. So all this data is updated automatically, and users doesn't really need to go and change every time whether the park is closed or not. But yeah, they can do it manually as well when there is a sudden demand or advisory change happen. But there's a automated system placed. Now it comes on how can we automate the whole process, because users are updating manually by looking through their eyes. So we transfer the job to CCTV. So there's a CCTV placed, and based on the CCTV visible area, users can set like what is the threshold for moderate and high. So if the CCTV is seeing 5 people over there or less, so 5 or up to 9, it will change the system to moderate. And this is configured for each and every area separately. So if a CCTV has a bigger lens, can see a very big area, the moderate and high counts are different as compared to CCTV looking at a small area. So users can configure this on the mobile app for each location. So this is what we are offering. So anytime if the threshold beyond 10, then the system will automatically change to high, and this has been refreshed every 15 minutes. So actually this helps to remove the person onto the ground and pass on the job to the CCTV. And when the things goes high, the system can be looked at the back end. Our officers can be deployed. So we have integrated with drone. We were integrating with many other systems as well. So here comes the best part. Actually, we have developed this system in just 3.5 days. Yes, I mean it. So on the day one, which is on 1st of April, we heard there's a sudden surge in the park visitorship, and that we have to inform to the public. So we actually went onto the ground to the users and see what they are facing, and we realized the system is needed here. Then on the day two, we established SOP. Like if officers going onto the ground, they should have SOP. They can see how many people onto the ground. They can refer to it. At the same time, if we have to integrate with CCTV, we have to have a system and technical design, and all things has to be taken care. I think my IT colleagues can understand the work involved, the purchase of the SSL, and all those things happen. Then on day three, all hands on deck, means we bring in whole of the IT team, our vendor team, NParks, GovTech, SG Singapore together. We took help from Singapore Land Authority to use their base map. We all together worked we started at 9 a.m. and by 3 p.m. we were having the sprint one ready, the website. And by 7 p.m. we were having the second sprint ready, and we were testing it. And I say day 4, or I would better say day 3.5, by 3 p.m. We launched the system to the public. So from the time we understood that there's a need of a system versus to the deployment, actually it just took 3.5 days. So it was pretty quick, and the system is highly scalable. That's what I'm going to share in the next slide. So there's a public website, and we leverage on S3 suite of products for this, and we leveraged on the base map from OneMap, thanks to Singapore Land Authority. So what we have done is we deployed S3 ArcGIS portal, and we also used a mobile app like for the field officer. So field officers can quickly update. It goes to the system portal directly into the centralized server. But you won't believe, we were having more than 600,000 requests on our servers, and our website was viral on the WhatsApp. So frankly, the load was increasing, and we were keep on adding resources, 8 core, 16 core, 32 core. And eventually there is a limit how much we can add within a short time to the website. Then we leverage on cloud. So we leverage on ArcGIS Online. We deployed all the base maps over there. And then we were pulling OneMap. So thanks, OneMap also took a lot of load for us. And then there was a hybrid architecture we were getting. So this is how S3 shows the system from insights, engagement, and system of record. We were also getting real-time data, means from the CCTV, all the real-time data is being ingested into the system. And we are getting feeds from hundreds of CCTV. So now if you are wondering, oh, how is hundreds of CCTV you guys are handling? So here we are using actually government commercial cloud deployed on AWS. So when the images from the CCTV are deployed on a SFTP, and from there some services picks up machine learning models which detects the number of people, and eventually the number of people are sent back using APIs to our system. And using that number, suppose there are 7, the people are 7, this can determine, oh, this falls under moderate. Like you remember setting up the threshold in the last few slides. So that's where when the number comes, it's just being used. So here we have leveraged on APIs, cloud, AWS, machine learning models. We use some of the COTS models. All this thing done in the back end, and to the end user or member of public, they are just seeing low, moderate, high. So it was just a simple showcase to the public. However, all the technological work we have taken in the back end. So here you can see how people counting are happening in the open spaces, like the showing in the blue boxes, strip line method, safe distance breaches. Don't worry, we are not we are not using it internally, but we have tested it that there can be safe breaches like 1 meter distance can be detected. We also managed to find out the number of vehicle in the open or free car park, because free car park there is no gantry. So this is what all we can do. Next comes to how we handle the aerial drone. So when a drone flies, actually it is taking the video, and that video is live streamed to our server where it is extracting the number of people. So when the drone flies like this and comes back, and as soon as the drone lands, it actually tells us how many people the drone covered. And if you can see on the right side, there's a number shown 11. So it means the drone is seen 11 people. So for an area like ECP, is very difficult to actually uh, uh, do the patrolling for the whole of area. We just fly one drone, it can do the job of few people and just tell you how many people are there, and just send the targeted officers to do the enforcement, targeted area. We managed to find the car park occupancy as well, like how many people are occupied, car parks are occupied. You can see here, and internally we are seeing for the free car parks as well as EPS car park. So next I will show a video like how this whole system is integrated together from the front end to the back end.
This is the internal dashboard for the park managers to view the visitors and car park crowd level along with CCTV images. Currently there are 3 layers: parks, visitor hotspot location, mostly it is CCTV location, and EPS car parks. Visitors' locations are symbolized based on the crowd level, that is high, moderate and low. Status is automatically determined based on the threshold set by park manager. It's dynamic. This is the list of hotspots with CCTV integrated. Meaning, visitorship status is automatically determined based on CCTV image analysis. GovTech VA team developed algorithm to extract human object from CCTV, and data is pushed to this system. Near real-time images from CCTV with analysis of the human object is shown here. Symbols are automatically refreshed based on the current status of crowd. Click to see the attribute details.
So here you can see is just click on moderate and showing actually the moderate coming from the system in the backend. And we have worked with Gardens by the Bay as well. So next I'll show you, we are also using other technologies such as Parks surveillance robot. Actually this robot can track like if 2 people are coming together too close without any mask. And you will see here in the next video.
Oh, hello, Mr. Lee.
Hey, Will.
Hey, how are you?
Please practice social distancing. At least 1 meter apart.
So here you can see that the robot is saying, please maintain the social distance, and people were not wearing masks. Anyway, this is our staff who were helping, and the people who have developed the robot from NTU. This is other technology which we have used, like from the camera we know there are many people there. So rather than sending an enforcement officer, what we have tried is we tried to deploy a speaker which will just speak the fixed voice, like please practice social distance. So this you can hear in the next.
Please do not gather in groups of more than 8 people and observe the safe distance of 1 meter between individuals and other groups. Thank you for your cooperation.
So So here you can see that from the edge analytics, the camera is detecting like how many people are there. And if the number of people are more, the speaker is just announcing then and there itself, rather than waiting for our NParks to dispatch the officers. And at the same time, the camera is also capturing images which are sent in the back end. So here you can see the thing captured. Don't worry, these are all our NParks officers gathered for the testing of the system. It was not easy to develop this system in such a short notice. 3.5 days to develop the base system, and within 2 weeks we developed the CCTV analytics, and everything got integrated. So there was a rapid development. The people were having strong coordination. We are having strong partnership with GovTech, within NParks, with the users, with Singapore Land Authority, with the private companies like S3 Singapore, Garuna Robotics, who have came together and developed different part of the system. And we were having strong management support. So you can imagine in 3.5 days, the core system, in 2 weeks, the whole analytics up. So all our collaborators were just one phone call away from us. So we started small, but we started with the right mindset that we need APIs. We tracked it and we did continuous improvement into the system. On the technology side, we use Agile. We were multi-model and bringing data together from various sources. That's what we have done. So with that, we are also working on the other digitalization project for the future workforce and workplace. So currently we are working on the digital twin for trees, or for the roadside trees to be precise. We are using remote tree measurement system, which is extracting the data from the LiDAR and converting it. Thanks to Singapore Land Authority again for helping us on this project. We are using panoramic imagery. We ourselves developed the sensors like tree tilt sensor. We developed a tree structural model, which is taken from the building integrity or building model, and we have changed it for tree to get the tree structural integrity. We are working on spectral analysis. We have developed a grass height sensor. We are also tracking the birds for migratory birds for the movements, animal trap videos. There's a new project coming for forest fire monitoring. Yes, in Singapore, we do have some of the small forest fires. If you check Google, you will find it out. And with all this technology, we are actually helping back to the industry. We are open for the commercialization, and we are doing commercialization of these tools, and we are helping back to the landscape industry using landscape sector transformation. With that, I finish my presentation. I'm open for questions. Noor?
Thank you so much, Abhishek. So to the participant, if you have any question, you can type it in the Q&A box. Anyway, Abhishek, just now you were mentioning about the app, right? What is the name of the mobile app?
Oh, we used S3 ArcGIS suite of products. So we used S3 collector and S3 field map. So what this app can do is, we have the ready app on the iOS as well as on Android. So once we develop the system on the front end, the app is available to download from the App Store as well as the Play Store. And we have given users the username and password. They can immediately start using the app, take the picture of the area, and sometimes they can even submit if there's a breach, means safe distancing breaches, they can submit it back, and we can monitor that as well. So the app has few more functions, and they can really set the time when to open, when to close. And we also made it this way: set once, use multiple times. Means the next updates will automatically come from the CCTV, drones and all, and they just need to set the source, like the source is maybe CCTV drone or the other ones. So our officers really liked it, and actually this whole was very useful for NParks during this COVID time.
Yeah, I know, like, because we can't really go out, then a lot of Singaporeans, like, they have been to all the parks. You know, you saw from the news, right? That like I was at ECP also recently. It was very crowded over the weekends. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think it's helpful lah. You can see whether how many people's what's the turnout of people at that point of time.
Yeah, and actually, it helped us to save approximately 70% of our manpower deployment because with the use of this technology, we know that which areas are crowded more, which areas are crowded less. So initially, suppose we are focusing on area A, and then we were thinking, oh, because we are enforcing might be less, but the other area is crowded. But frankly, we do not know. So one person just sit on the dashboard and really see, oh, ECP is crowded. I can see on the camera we need more officers at the ECP. So because the people can see on the camera, it is automatically changing to high. People just go there, put the. Let me tell you, before this, at one point of time, we deployed, I think, 50 officers in the morning, 50 officers in the evening, which is quite a lot. But with the latest technology came in, the deployment of number of people for the enforcement has reduced significantly. So it was very successful. I hope you see the strict times. Every few days we are shown half a page, like
Yeah, yeah.
on the,
When I think like you said that time it was viral. Yeah, yeah. I also received the news of it. Then I do check it out.
yeah, it was pretty. Actually, before we announced, so what happened is, I think this is interesting to know. So before we have announced the website is launched, when we were testing on the morning, we were 5 people testing, I remember, and then the server resources were hitting 50%. And I also did coding in this, and I say, oh no, I cannot be so bad coding that with just 5 users, the server resources are 50%. You know exactly what happened. Safe distance was a keyword, and because our website was new, Google picked up. They already scan our servers with the URL, and if you would have typed safe distance on that day, 4th April or 3rd April, our website was the first result. So imagine the amount of traffic we were getting, and this even we were not aware. So so then we realized the number of hits were not actually 5, it was 5,000. And then we say, okay, it's time to announce to the public because people seems already know. So it's a pretty interesting story. We wanted to go tell by 3 p.m., but by the time it's got viral through WhatsApp before that.
Yeah,
So it was an interesting story.
yeah. It's I think it's a good app. Yeah,
Yeah,
during for this time.
yeah.
Okay, we are all right. Okay, we don't have any more questions, and we are coming to the end of the webinar already. Uh, thank you so much, Abhishek, for sharing the interesting sharing on the safe distancing management.
Okay,
So,
thanks to
yeah.
GeoWorks for giving me opportunity for sharing this. I hope the tool is useful for the member of public.
Yes, thank you so much. So for to the attendees, there are some more. Today is the last day of our Geospatial festival. If you, there are still more, a few more webinars concurrently ongoing. So if you like, you can check it out. So thank you so much, Abhishek, and thank you
Thank
everyone for
you.
attending. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.